who's as adamant about his or her position as I am about mine, whom you think is sharp. Seriously, we know that. And another thing, we heard him say that... Hey sports fans, Larry Elder here. Welcome to episode number 72 of And Another Thing. If you'd like to become an Eldorado, go to LarryElder.com, fill out the form. You're going to get a free copy of Michael and Me. That's my feature-length documentary where I explore the Second Amendment and where I confront Michael Moore. That's right, Michael Moore. I ambush him the way he did Charlton Heston. And I asked Mr. Moore 3 times how many Americans are alive every year because they were able to get a firearm and defend themselves. And 3 times he responded, well, you'll have to get the DVD to find out. Now for episode number 72 of And Another Thing. I want to talk about the death of the fighter who fought for the middleweight title. His name was Rubin "Hurricane" Carter. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, that's the movie with Denzel Washington. And it was a movie with Denzel Washington. It was a very fine movie with Denzel Washington. And it was all about an innocent man, indeed a saintly man, who improperly lost his fight against a fighter named Joey Giardello in the very beginning of the movie, which shows you the kind of the template of Hurricane's life. He was a black man hounded by white racism his whole life, and the fight Joey Giardello, which appeared at the beginning of the movie, is sort of the template of that. And there was no evidence whatsoever linking him to a triple homicide for which he served a total of 19 years. And he got out of prison because of the tireless effort of some Canadian who read his book called The 16th Round and believed that he was innocent and was able to somehow get his case before a liberal judge who, quote, exonerated Rubin "Hurricane" Carter. What's the problem with what I just now said? Virtually everything I just now said about the movie is untrue. It's false. It's a lie. Rubin "Hurricane" Carter murdered 3 people and BS'd Hollywood into doing a movie that celebrated his innocence. Let me explain. There's a website, a very thorough website that has all the police records, documentation, affidavits, police accounts called graphicwitness.com/Carter. graphicwitness.com/Carter. It was put up by a New Jersey journalist named Cal Deal, C-A-L-D-A-L, Cal Deal. This murder went down in 1966 in Paterson, New Jersey, where Cal Deal lived. He followed the case from the very beginning. And what happened on that night is that Rubin "Hurricane" Carter and one other person went into a bar and murdered 3 people. There might have been another person with Carter, went into that bar and murdered 3 people. Lisa. So it was a crock start to finish, and as a result, the movie, in my opinion, was probably hurt for its Oscars because some people, not very many, were saying this. And some of the people on the Academy Award nominating committee, I understand, heard some of the things that Larry Elder had said about this movie, went to the website, graphicwitness.com/Carter, read some of the stuff that was up there, and they realized if they nominated this movie Hurricane and it won, they would be celebrating the life of a triple murderer. I'm Larry Elder. Now for your questions. Thank you, Soy. Gregory from San Francisco, California. Why do you think liberals are so committed to having many of the things in George Orwell's book, 1984, come to fruition? I spent my life trying to figure out the mind of a liberal, Gregory, and I must tell you, I have come up short. But I will say this. Liberals believe they're doing the right thing. I think C.S. Lewis nailed it when he said, God forbid, spare me from these moral busybodies. A bad person you know is a bad person. You know that person has evil intentions. But when a person has good intentions and he is making things worse by growing the welfare state, by assuming you can't make decisions on your own, by taking money out of your pocket and spending it irresponsibly, they think they're doing it for your own good. That makes them a much more difficult enemy to defeat. I hope you enjoyed this small excerpt. If you want to see the full video, got to be an Eldorado. Go to my website, LarryElder.com, log in, fill out the form. It'll cost you about $4.75 a month, or about the price of a mocha frappuccino latte at your favorite coffee house. As you can tell, I don't like coffee. I'm a tea drinker. See you next time.